Hello friends, myself Nilofer Abid Khan, Assistant Professor from Kokarnyanpet Rahul Darkar College of Pharmacy and Research Institute. Today we are going to see organ involved in respiratory system, that is nose, pharynx, larynx, then trachea, bronchus or bronchi, and lungs, alveoli. Nose and nostrils. Nose is a special organ which involved in respiratory systems. Nose is divided into two parts, that is external nose and internal nose. External nose will be the visible part. It will be framework of bones and hyaline cartilage. It will be containing three cartilage, that is septal nasal cartilage, lateral nasal cartilage, and alar cartilage. Septal cartilage will form an anterior portion of nasal septum. Lateral will form an inferior portion of nasal bones. Alar cartilage will form a walls of nostrils. Then the two openings are there on the nose, that is called as nostrils or nares. The function of the nose is to moist, warm and filter the air, to detect an olfactory stimuli, that is a smell detection, and as well as modifying the speech vibration. Nasal cavity. A nasal cavity is called as nasal fossa or nasal passage. It is a space in the nose, okay, and each nasal cavity is been having one nostrils, okay, both the sides, and it will be nasal septa which separate this from right and left nasal cavities. Then anteriorly it will be a nasal cavity merged into the external nose and posteriorly communicate with the pharynx. It is having a two openings called as internal nare or cornea. Then it functions, it is will having a two ducts, that is paranasal ducts, the paranasal sinuses which drains the mucus, nasolacrimal duct which is draining the tears. Function of this is again warm, moist the air, and it gives the sense of smell. Pharynx is a funnel shaped tubes which is 4 to 5 inch semivascular fibromuscular tubules. It will be functioning for both, that is a respiratory as well as digestive function. Divided into three parts, that is nasopharynx, oropharynx and laryngopharynx. Nasopharynx is the base of this and forms the upper surface of soft palate, and you can see this space, the space between the internal nares and soft polys, and lies above the oral cavity, and its function of nasopharynx is only in the respiration. It is oropharynx, again it is divided into three walls, that is anterior wall, lateral wall and superior wall. Anterior walls is tongue, epiglottis. Lateral wall is tonsil, tonsillar fossa and so on. Superior wall is soft palate and vulva. This again act as in two functions, that is respiration as well as a digestion function. Next is laryngopharynx. It is also known as hypopharynx and it is a caudal part of the pharynx. Again it has been extend towards the bifurcation of esophagus and trachea, and the functions is both as respiration as well as digestive systems. Now, larynx is again a voice box. It is short passage that connect laryngopharynx with the trachea. Generally, it is anterior to esophagus and start with cervical C4 to C6 large. It will be having a three singly attached cartilage, that is thyroid cartilage, epiglottis or cricoid cartilage, and it will be having a three in a paired cartilage, that is called as arytenoid cartilage, cuneiform cartilage or corniculate cartilage, out of which arytenoid cartilage is most important because it is involved a position and tension for vocal folds, and therefore you call this as true vocal cord of this for the speech. The cavity of the larynx is a space between the inferior border to the cricoid cartilage. Then the portion of cavity of larynx above the vocal fold is called as vestibules of the larynx. Then thyroid cartilage is also called as Adam's apple. It consists of fused plates of hyaline cartilage, forms an anterior vault of larynx. And there is a ligament which binds the cartilage in thyroid cartilage to an hyoid bone called as hyoid membrane. Then this cricoid cartilage is a ring-shaped cartilage that is inferior to larynx. And they attached to an cartilage we call as cricocartilage ligaments, the ligament which binds to this. Then arytenoid cartilage, again a triangular part, and hyaline cartilage located in this. Then corniculated cartilage shapes like a small horn. Then uniform cartilage is cup-shaped elastic cartilage. The linings of this larynx is non-creatinized stratified squamous epithelial cells. Along with this is also contains ciliated columnar epithelial cells and globate cells and basal cell. Globate cells will secrete a mucus which trap the dust, and this cilia again is there for trapping those dust particles and does not allow it to enter into the respiratory systems. Then next is epiglottis. Epiglottis is a large funnel-shaped piece of elastic cartilage that is covered in epithelium. The stem of this is tapered to the inferior portion. Then it is anchored by an elastic type cartilage called as epiglottis. This thyroid cartilage and hyaloid bond. It is anchored. And it is function of this is act as a gatekeeper. Doesn't allow the food to enter into the trachea. You can see this is epiglottis. This epiglottis act as an process for blocking those. When the food enters, it blocks the trachea and allow that food to enter into the esophagus. And during the time of respiration, it get opens, allow that air to enter into the trachea. The glottis consists of a pair of folds of mucous membranes, the vocal cord, that is true vocal cord in the larynx, and the space between them, it is called as rima glottitis. Trachea. Trachea is a tubular passageway of the air. It is about 12 cm long and 2.5 cm in diameter. The anterior to the esophagus and is extended to from the larynx. Trachea bifurcate into a true right and left primary bronchi. It consists of superficial layers, deep to superficial layers. It is first deeper is mucus, mucosal, submucosal, hyaline cartilage, adventitia, and so on. These are the types of layers of tracheal wall. Then these also contain pseudostratified ciliated columnar epithelium, lamina propria, containing elastic and reticulated fibers. And the function of this is again protection against the dust. Then what it is an it will be having 16 to 20 incomplete hyaline cartilage C-shaped stalk that will be giving a particular you can say appearance to the trachea. Within this membrane, it will also have a transverse smooth muscle fibers called as tracheal muscles and elastic connective tissue that allows the diameter to change. This C-shaped cartilage provides a semi-rigid support to maintain the patency of tracheal vent and does not allow it to collapse during invert and obstruct in the airway of the passage. Primary function of this is to transport of gases, that is allowing air rich in oxygen to enter into the lungs and outflow of air rich in carbon dioxide. Any damage to this can cause a severe effect that is leading to death. Lungs. Lungs are lightweight because they float as a pair of cone shape in a thoracic cavity. In between the lungs, this is the position where you can see their heart is been located. Then below that there is a diaphragm which is again located. The surface again you can say here it is called as the broader inferior portion of lung is called as base and is concave and fit convex area of diaphragm. This is a base. Okay. And the narrow superior portion of the lungs is called as apex. This portion is called as apex. Then the surface of lungs lies against the rib, the costal surface, and matches rounded curvature of the ribs. And according to the curvatures, they have located themselves. The middle STL, that is middle surface of the lung, contain a region called as hilum, From where, this is then hilum, from where there is again bronchi, pulmonary blood vessels, lymphatic valve vessels enters. The lungs include plural, bronchi or bronchioles and alveoli. We are going to see this in details, but before moving to this, we just have a diagram. This is a pleural, which is a cavity covering over the lungs. Okay, and this is bronchus, that is, this is trachea, which bifurcate into right and left bronchus. This bronchus again branches into different bronchioles, and here you can see at the tip of each bronchioles, this is alveoli, a bunch where actual exchange of oxygen takes place, oxygen and carbon dioxide takes place. Next is pleural. Each lung is enclosed and protected by a double layer serosal membrane called as pleural membrane. The pleura extend from 5 cm below the base of 6 costal cartilage anterior to the 12th rib posterior. The superficial layer and a layer is called as parietal layer, and the deep layer is called as visceral layer. The space between them is called as pleural cavity, which contain of pleural fluids, which is responsible for reducing the friction between the membranes and allow them to slide over during the breathing mechanism. Next is bronchi. Bronchi is again divided into right bronchus and left bronchus, which does into the right bronchus goes into right lungs, left bronchus goes into left lung. The right bronchus is more vertical, shorter and wider than the left one. Then the trachea, at the point where the trachea divides into right and left bronchus, you call this as carnea. The mucous membrane of carnea is one of the most sensitive area, which again entire larynx and trachea, which triggers the cough reflux. The carnea is responsible for triggering the cough refluxes. Then what you have is this bronchus again divide into smaller section. This is the primary bronchus, which divides into smaller bronchus called as bronchia, secondary lobar or bronchi, one of each lobe in the lungs. The right lungs has 3 lobes and the left lungs have 2 lobes. Okay. The secondary bronchi continue to branch and form still smaller branch, that is called as bronchi, called as tertiary segmental bronchi, and that divides into bronchioles. Means first it will be primary bronchus, divides into secondary bronchus, then it will be dividing into tertiary segmental bronchus, then again it will be dividing into bronchioles, smaller section, and terminating portion, the small end of this is called as terminal bronchi, where the branching stops. These bronchioles contain a clara cells, columnar non-ciliated cells in spreads among the epithelial cells. Clara cells may protect against harmful effect of inhaled toxins and carcinogen. This occurs in the forms of a bronchial trees. This arrangement you can see here, it is been like a bronchial trees. Then an extensive several structural changes may be noted as branching. The mucous membrane in bronchial trees changes from pseudo-stratified columnar epithelial in a primary bronchus. When it is in primary bronchus, it is pseudo-stratified muscles. When it is into secondary bronchus, it will be converting into ciliated columnar epithelial cells. The plates of cartilage gradually replace with the incomplete ring of cartilage in primary. Primary में incomplete rings of cartilage is there, and finally when it goes in bronchioles, it disappears. A small amount of cartilage decreases and the amount of smooth muscles goes on increasing. As it goes on branching, cartilage start changing into smooth muscles. Next is alveoli. Alveoli is a cup-shaped pouch. It will be having an alveolar sac. It is having a 2 types of alveolar epithelial cells, that is type 1 alveolar cells and type 2 alveolar cells. Type 1 alveolar cells are simple squamous epithelial cells. Type 2s are cuboidal epithelial cells or round epithelial cells. This is also known as septal cells. The function of type 1 is main, that is